ever would Jesus be standing out here holding signs like these. Don't get me wrong. I am not. I'm anti-abortion. Don't get me wrong. However,
do you want me to explain this to you?
I'm pretty sure that Jesus would never, ever, ever be standing out here holding signs like these. It's saddening. It's breaking my heart to see people out here judging these women.
Who's judging you? You're judging us.
Well, I'm not saying you're not a Christian or anything. I'm not.
You're passing judgment on us. Not
very unchristlike.
Well, that's a very harsh judgment right there.
Well,
saying that we're
I think that the way to end abortion...
Ma'am, ask me this question. Ma'am, why don't you ask us this question? Why don't you ask us this question? First, ask me if you're a Christian.
Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Now ask me this question. Why are we out here with signs in our presence? Why don't you ask us that?
I see why you're out here. You're trying to end abortion.
Well, no, we're not trying to end abortion. We're trying to reach the women who are right now going to this late-term abortion clinic. Through all over the country, women are coming here for late-term abortion. And our presence, there's already been a woman, just by our presence alone, who saw our signs and said, whoa, there's no possible way I could do that to my child.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And then she came up and talked to him and said, another gentleman. She talked to another gentleman and said, you guys have help for me. He said, yes, we do. We have a lot of help for you. And this is information, if you even listen to see what we said to these women, if God loves you, God cares about you, please, this place is very dangerous. If you go to lateterm.com, it's a website that we have documented 11 cases since they've been doing late-term abortion here for 3 years. We've been 11 women in 3 years, which is like unprecedented. For horrific, botched abortions gone wrong. We don't let these women live or die, and we're trying to do an investigation. We're trying to get the governor involved in finding out what's taking place here. If you Google Dr. Curtis Boyd, just Google his name, and you'll find him doing an interview in Texas, where he's from, where he's saying, am I killing a child? Yes, I know I am. In fact, he brags about being an illegal late-term abortionist, or an illegal abortionist pretty low. And so, when you think of a back alley abortionist, that's exactly what he is. And he hasn't changed anything since then till now, and he's continuing to injure women. And so we're just out here with our presence to educate the community, of how horrific abortion is. Because you know what? Jesus came with this line, grace and truth. So we have the truth and reality about abortion. None of our signs say you're a terrible person. Look at this. Look at that sign right there. It says Jesus heals and forgives.
Which I agree.
And we say this.
I'm a Christian. Like I said, I'll take the pamphlet. I'm willing to look at it. I'm not saying that I am pro-abortion whatsoever. I am anti-abortion. I believe that, that life starts at the point of conception. I was a teenage mom. I got pregnant when I was 17. And, of course there are people that say, well, wouldn't it be easier if you just ended the pregnancy?
Sure.
No, I have a beautiful, almost 11-year-old daughter. And, I'm not okay with abortion. What breaks my heart is seeing pictures of the dead baby.
On an abortion clinic, and an abortion clinic above and beyond all abortion clinics in this country, a late-term abortion clinic. And so what we've done here is because we have women coming from all over the country. New York. I even had talked to a woman from Hawaii. She was driven.
What do you say, late term, like,
the
latest they do it? So even if you're like 38 weeks about to give birth?
Like I said, here's my reason. We're all about Christ-centered, grace-filled. We're all about that. In fact, the women that we come out, that we talk to the women that are leaving after the abortion, we say, come and talk to us. God loves you so much. God cares about you so much. As much as God loves that child, or urgent about that child, we just as urgent for that mother. So when that mother leaves, God loves that mother just as much as we love that child. There's no difference there. And so our love is there for them as well, to pass on to them information. And this is the kind of typically pass on to talks about, post-abortion healing. And we have that ministry as well for these women.
Is that a resource here in Alberta?
Yes, we have it here.
I have a card?
Yeah, I'll give you this card here. And this post-abortion healing is called 1-800-5-WE-CARE. And that's a personal number and a woman that you will get on the line, and she's here locally. And in fact, just this past weekend, there was a Rachel's Vineyard retreat for post-aborted women. And so we try and pass on that ministry as well. The organization that we work with is Internet, Birthright, and Project Defending Life. All those members are women. Yeah. If you really find so many times the women that are actually able to help are the women that go to the health department who are homeless. They go to the health department, what does the health department do to them? They say, hey, look, you know what, you're homeless, you don't have a place to stay, you're pregnant, you can't take care of this kid, so they send them here. They give them abortion, and guess what? They kick them out on the street, and guess what? They're still poor, doesn't do any of the poverty. But when we move, if a woman goes to the health department, she's coming here, she sees our signs, she hears us saying, please, a lot of help that we have to come and talk to us, she'll walk over, and she'll say, look, you know what, this is my situation. We'll say, great, let us help you. And see, that woman right there not only is making the right choice for her child, but the child is secondary. She's making the right choice for herself. And in turn, by making that right choice for herself and us being able to be able to help her, then it in turn helps her child as well. And so that's kind of like what we're all about in women. But we're here for every single woman. And we're here for them after they have their abortion as well, to get them the help, the resources, the empowerment that they need after abortion. And so, I mean, I know you kind of stepped into like a pretty intense scene here, but the reason why we use the graphic signs and the reason why we have a physical is because we recognize that in these moments, where it really, literally is between life and death, not for the child, but for the woman herself, because of these doctors here. That's why we try and, do all that we can. And the reason why we use the signs and the letters, because we ask women, and seeing that we have this pregnancy resource center, we're going to talk to them and say, look, what was it that changed your mind? And you know what? A lot of the women don't say it was the health. A lot of the women say it was that sign that penetrated my heart. And once I saw that sign, there was no possible way I could continue to go on. And so that's realistically why we use the signs, because we know that they change minds.
It sounds to me like we all have the same goal here.
Most definitely.
Disrespect, I just thought before I did judge, I thought I'd stop and listen to what you had to say.
Most definitely.
I mean, it sounds like we have to
This kind of gives a glimpse of the women that we're able to help. It kind of gives a snapshot into our ministry out on the street. But this one right here is lateterm.com, and it has like all the different 911 calls, and it shows a little bit more about this place here. Okay. And then this one here also has like the post-abortion information, and then it also has our resource center that we try and pass them out to.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
My name is Alana, by the way.
Bud.
Nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you, Alana. Thank you so much for sharing.